and welcome. Thank you for joining me for tonight's craft and chat. This is Rochelle Laird Smith and I'm from Stamping Flair. I'm based in Melbourne in Australia. Great to see you here. Please say hi. And if you are watching on YouTube, I'd love for you to subscribe to my channel if you're loving this video. And this is the card we are going to be making using the Gears and Textures bundle from Stampin Up. I will be sharing with you how to make this and tips on how you can get this look. So I hope you enjoy what I'm sharing, and this color palette too. I really enjoyed making this in not so grungy look, I guess, but it's one of my top 5 favorites from the January releases. So stick with me as we go through recreating this card. Let me know, is this one of your favorites in our product range? There's a lot that you can do with it. The dies can work without the stamp set, but I think the stamp set offers lots and lots of texture, which we're going to be using today. So you will see how I make use of this stamp set as well. I have done a lot of die cutting earlier, so you don't have to see me crunch through that and work through the die cutting. There is a lot I've done. So but I hope you get some tips as we create. I will have the product list for you. If you're in Australia, you can shop online in my store. Any orders of $35 or more is going to qualify you for stamping rewards. So just remember, you need to have an account for that. It's free to set up your account, so please set that up so you can get the benefits of having the account and having all those rewards, which you can use for your next order or upcoming orders if you choose to accumulate that. Now, what's going on this month and until the 2nd of March, we have a really great joint offer. It's our starter kit, which you can purchase for $169. That's our regular starter kit, and you get to pick $235 of product. But what you get as a bonus is a brand new tool, which is not available to public as yet. We don't know when this will be released, but it is a Stampin Positioner. So you get that for free. So when you purchase the starter kit, this is the way to go. I had a class last week and I was telling everyone about this, and they're onto the starter kit. They're going, it's the best value. So I would highly recommend, if you love our products, take a look at this. I have on my blog stampingflair.com the benefits, what you get, and what you get as being part of my team. My team is called the Gifted Stars, and we have lots of fun. We have creative days virtually, so you can join wherever you are from, and we share a lot. So it's nice to be able to chat or have a group of people who are there to support you. Our monthly product is the Painted Illusions Designer Series paper, and I placed my order a little bit late, so I'm getting it. It's due probably tomorrow. I'm hoping tomorrow or the after. So this is 12 sheets, 3 each of 4 double-sided designs. So this can qualify if you place an order of $125 or more. It's going to allow you to purchase this for $9. So you don't have to purchase it, but you get the option to purchase it. So let's get to making this card. You just remember those things when you purchase. If your order is going to be like $169, I would suggest get the starter kit. That's your options there. So this is the card we are making with the Gears and Textures stamp set. For if you are just joining, I have done tons and tons of die cutting. So and I'll share with you what I've done. Welcome, Sharon and Nicole. Great to see you. Thank you for joining me. I hope you have had a lovely weekend. I've spent a little bit of time cleaning up this my crafting today, and yesterday I'm trying to think what I did. Oh, it was Valentine's Day, and it was nice. Cassie actually cooked me a nice steak dinner, which was really lovely. And we had a reasonably quiet day, and it was nice. It was just quiet. Just getting stuff done around the house was good. Booked my tickets for on stage today, which was good as well. My flights. So far I've got all this which I have die cut. All right. So I'll tell you what I've used. The colors are Poppy Parade, Peach Pie, Soft Sea Foam, and Cloud Cover. That's the color palette. So when I was creating this, what I wanted to get was different textures. So not necessarily cutting only from cardstock, trying to get some different textures happening from designer series paper and things, and then you're doing some stamping. So you're getting layers, so to speak, you can get it from stamping and things like that. I've got a bit of gold. I didn't want to do all the teeny weeny die cutting till the last minute because I figured there's some tiny things that could get lost. So that's why I prepared some soft sea foam. These ones are from the designer series paper packs, which we have this was the Brights, which had the Poppy Parade. So I did some of that. This was left over from my sample. So I've got a few extra bits which I can use. So these are from the designer series paper. This one was from the Square Snippets designer series paper. So I wanted a peach pie, but with some texture. So this one had some lines through it, and it just offered me some extra detail. I did some die cut some from peach pie as well. So got a few things happening. We're going to be doing some heat embossing and things. So there's going to be a few layers to this by way of stamping, a few layers by way of die cutting as well. Layering dies, I should say, not die cutting. But I suggest when you do this that you die cut way more than you think you need, because if you don't use it, you can always keep it, but it's once you're in the process of doing it, you want to have it all ready to go. This is from the Trusty Tools. So I thought it was in that sort of realm of tools and a masculine card, and I thought that'll go with it. I was actually creating this for the Casing the Catty challenge, where I was following a sketch of casing something from the catalog. So I thought I'll use that in lieu of a banner, which the catalog had. And that's where my idea was coming from. I'm just going to add a bit of grid paper because the light can be a bit distracting sometimes on that glass mat, and the focus is hard when you have that. We don't want that. That just takes that off. All right. Hopefully that helps a bit. All right. So on the base, what I am using is again that designer series paper which you get with the in color. So this was the 2025 to 2027 in color pack, I should say, and that's going to be the size of my base, full base. This is cloud cover. I did a little bit of prep on that, which I will walk you through. But first, what I'm going to do is work on some of these pieces. So I used all the textures in this to help me achieve that look. The first stamp I'm going to get is this, and I'm going to add some stamping in gold on this. I wanted to create like something, a bit of a different color palette. It's grungy, but not overly, and it was more my style. I do like sometimes you're grungy, and then other times just try to go away from what you expect. So, and you don't necessarily have to do this on every piece. What I'm doing, you can pick and choose what you're going to do this on, and that's the good thing. I'm going to bring in my gold embossing powder as well. So I've got Versamark. I'm going to bring this large one. I'll have a few, so I'm picking a few different shapes, and this might not be exactly how my original was. It might be a little bit different because I might mix and match different shapes together. And that's all right too, because we do want variation, and that's why I say that there's no right or wrong with this. You just mix it up a bit, and that's what's nice. I think you get to have a bit of fun playing with this. So I'm going to pick some different colors, different shapes, maybe some smaller ones, and then we can go ahead with a bit of this happening. All right. So maybe one of them. So you're going to stamp this not very evenly. You want it, when I did it, I was using my sort of hands, I should say. I didn't place it on a block. So like this, and that kind of gives you a more rough, messy look, and you can do that. And you can then adapt it a bit. So if you feel like it's just messy, you can use your block, and it just don't have a defined image. So I'll do that. I'll apply the embossing powder, and then I'll do the next lot. And the prep might take you a little bit of time, but it's worth it. So if you feel like it's too definite, then you can just rub some off. But I'm happy with that because I just went with. Now this could do with a bit more, but it doesn't matter. Once I heat emboss it, then I can go back with more. I'm not going to do it now because otherwise my embossing powder, my Versamark's going to get a bit funny. So then I'll go back with this. So I just want, and it's nice to have some that are not too heavy, and some that have got more image. Right? And I put it back on my block. Now, if you were part of the Stamping Lounge yesterday, we had a class where we used these gears and textures. I learned lots, and you may have learned lots if you were there. If you haven't watched the class, and you remember, you can go ahead. If the replays are there, as a member, you can get that replay. If you want to view the class still, the class is still available. It's $24.95 for the class. And that gets you 3 tutorials, the video tutorial, 3 PDFs with measurement, symmetric, and imperial, some fantastic tips, ideas on using this bundle. Now, if you prefer, for the $24.95, you can get the membership for a month. I'm going to just tap that off a bit because I felt that was too defined. So for $24.95, that can also get you a monthly membership. So you can pick what you like, but that class is available. I'm just going to heat emboss this. We had many turn up, and it was people loved it. What I love is we get different teaching styles there. That looks so many nice techniques there, Nicole. I think this is a great set, and the stamps you can use for anything, I think. Obviously for other sets. See how that's coming up? So the texture of the designer series paper is there, but then you're getting this on top of that, of the texture of the designer series paper. So it's giving you even more. I think I need to go. There was some under there. Another way you could do like a bulk of this is to do a whole sheet, right? If you were thinking of die cutting multiples, you could do like a 6x6 piece of DSP and then go cutting multiples. So, it makes it easier. For mass production, or you want to do like a nice gift for like a home decor piece, or to give someone something. So we've got a few here to go. That's all right. Once you heat it, it's quick, like, it just goes through. This gold is so nice. And you'll find that that little bit is enough once you place it with all the other elements. It might be sufficient. This could probably do with a little more, so I'm just going to go with doing a touch more on that. And going to that color up, embossing powder, I mean. That's good. Don't worry too much because we're gonna be layering and things, so there's lots you can mix and match with whatever you've got. Okay, so that's one lot of embossing done. While my heat gun is hot, I'm going to do my next bit of embossing. I'll need the gold again, but now we're just going to get the white, and I'm going to get this the arrows. Now you may not see too much of it. Hi, Anita. You're saying, am I still playing with gears, or are you still playing with the gears? Yes, I couldn't get enough, and I think it'll be there. And I'm even the stamp set. I've been just using it as background and things like that. It's really, really nice. Sharon, you said you've been thinking about different techniques. I think you're going to find so many nice ways to use this. So arrows. Oh, let me bring that piercing mat. I am an advocate for the piercing mat. I like it. Oh, that's one thing I will always tell someone, get that. I don't know. That's something I will say. It's a cheap tool, but you need it. So I'm kind of eyeballing this where I'm going to get it. I want it on the side of this. You can't see a lot of it on my original card, but it's another layer. Both, Anita, you and me. It works. You can make it work for anything. So roughly, right? This is just, you can measure if you want, but you know, I am no measurer most of the time. Okay, so I'm bringing in white. So this is adding another, like I said, element of, and you don't see a lot, but doing this just gives you something at the back. So we'll heat that up. The next stamp I'm going to bring is from the Cornflower Celebration stamp set. I wanted a more sparse kind of dots. You can splatter. The dots that are in here was more sort of a cluster, I would say, and I wanted something more spaced out. So look through what you've got. Then pick, I mean, you've got, everyone's got some dots. And because I was following kind of a sketch, I was trying to format that. And so I wanted the dots to go around this, along a line, a length. And I'm heat embossing on over the white. And I'm going to go in gold. I didn't apply my embossing buddy, but I don't think it would matter too much. Again, you're only going to see bits. Just keeping it moving with the designer series paper. It's not as tough as the cardstock, I guess. I'm going over so I can see what's happening. It's a bit tricky sometimes. And what I found is when you do stick it down, you just have to probably apply your glue and be a bit patient when you stick it down, because it does lift a little bit. I have to say I've never done that, like emboss on the one on top of the other. So now I will stick this sort of in there. So this is like out of Poppy Parade. So I'm embossing chipboard die cuts and painting with a metallic. Yes, I think people's imaginations are going to go like crazy with this set. It's very mixed media oriented. I'm going to glue this onto my base only because normally I'd assemble and then glue, but because this is the same size as the base, sometimes I want to make sure that if it's not 100% right, then I can cut it. Once you put everything together, it's a little bit harder to put it on the trimmer, cut it off, and things like that. So when you have less, see this, I check the glue that it's giving me trouble. It's easier to, if you only have the base. Oh, that's better. Now, I'm probably putting more glue than I normally do, because when I did the embossing, just lift it a little bit. So main thing is to stick the top bit flush. The bottom bit and the sides you can adjust after. All right. Then, because it lifted on my previous card and I was taking my photo, I'm going, no, that looks really weird. Because here, see how that's just lifting? That's because of the here embossing. Kind of go down. You may need a bit of a sometimes a clear block on it for a few minutes just to help it along. All right. Now we can start a bit of assembly of our little pieces, what we've got, and we'll start stamping as well. So while we are doing that, I'll just put a big play block on that. All right, so let's bring in the next stamp I'm going to use is this circular, like a, what do you call it? Like a whirlwind, like some weather map. Oh, no. Hi Sarah, good to see you. Okay, next we get, so I'm just basically doing some tone on tone stamping, but adding texture. Sorry. And you'll see it's nothing grand, but it just adds a little bit of something, right? So it's very, very light, but a little bit of, it gives interest to your pieces when you do a little bit of stamping. Stamping is easy. That's the easiest way to, I say, even decorate a card, inside of the card. All those things are just so easy. Do the stamping. And I'll pick different sections. So it's going to, like, each piece will be like that. See, that bit is nice, like get more texture. So there's no definite, but, and I probably won't need all these pieces, but that's just, and I can even probably do two together like that. So I've pretty much picked all my soft sea foam pieces, right? Okay, and then I've got a few of the peach pie as well. I did something on that. See, I used some texture. I can't remember what. We can pick something. Might have been, I think it was this cross-hatch thing. Peach pie. And that too, just a little bit. This, I'm not going to do it on all. I'll do it on some. We don't need everything on full. Peach pie is gonna go this year, guys. It goes in May 4th, but it's while supplies last. So if you want it and haven't got the refills or anything, get it. I don't think I did this particular thing on the first card, but never mind. Oh, I like that. I surprise myself sometimes. All right, let's go. We'll do some blending now. It's a bit of a process, isn't it? But it's a nice process. I'm just edging every piece. So let me bring that in so you can see what I'm doing. You don't need a huge amount, but it gives some detail. Makes a difference when you do this. Depends on the style of card too, what they're doing. You don't. Okay, so this is the piece which I cut from Square Snippets Designer Series paper. See, so it added that nice depth on that. It took it from just being one big piece. So on that piece we have, I cut it from Designer Series paper. We have heat embossed. We've added some blending. On other pieces we've added some stamping. So you get, if for the person who's looking at it, you're getting various textures. Keep it interesting. Keep the eye moving. On my blog, you will find a full supply list. I will pop it on here as well, but it is there on my blog at the moment. I think I've done this already. All right. Next, I'll bring my green and do a bit of softy foam blending. Some can have more, some can have less. It doesn't matter. This one, I think I may have forgotten. Get a glass of seafoam bits. Do you like the color palette? Or do you like more darker, the darker tones? You could do a whole card with these little circles if you have excess. See what you can come up with those. The background. That would be fun. Polka dots. Sorry, just saw your answer, Sarah, and I've forgotten what the question was. You said a variety. That's how my brain is. A variety of colors. Sometimes by the time the answer comes, or by the time my question's gone, then the transmission is a tad delayed. All right, now we'll bring in Poppy Parade. This would, instead of Poppy Parade, could have gone like a Strawberry Slash. Would have been nice too, I think. Sort of in that those colors. Yeah, a variety of stamping and embossing, mix match. All right. So this is another bit of that Designer Series paper. If you're joining, we're doing the Gears and Textures stamp set This is one I created for casing the Catty challenge this week, not month, this week. And we're casing a project from the Annual Catalogue. I guess it's a suite. We're casing a suite. You'll have to hop on and see which suite, which card I case, and which suite. It's nothing like this. It's actually a suite I don't have. It's a popular suite, but I did not get it. All right, let's see how our card is getting along here. Is it a bit? Yeah, it's okay. It's behaving. Wipe my hands. So now we can do a little bit of assembling. And again, your choice, what you like, how you like. So I basically went trying to just mix and match. Got a focal point. This is going to go here. We're going to add some focal point somewhere there, roughly. You want a mix of small and large when you're arranging. Let me get that distracting piece of blending out. And then I did try to add some of these. So here I'm going to change it up a bit, maybe. Sometimes nice to try something different. So we'll see how we go. So I'm trying to balance those colors out as well, so we get a mix. And I will be die cutting some of the little more of the gold, the tiny pieces. As I said, that die has a tendency to do a runner, so I didn't want that to happen. So I thought I'll do it on the spot. Yeah. We need something in the middle here to fill in this gap. What have we got here? Okay. That looks the same color. Need something filling in there. All right, so switch that around. I didn't have a little red one. I think I wanted a little red one, but that's all right. We'll work with what we've got. No matter how much you've got, I'm still going. I wish I had this one. Okay, Michelle, you have enough. Enough. Okay, so getting an idea how I'm placing this just before I go ahead and start sticking, because the gold bits will kind of be at the end, but we'll see. This teeny one will go here. Switch that. That's better. It will be quite nice. There. That there. So I've got a bit of an idea what I'm doing, so I'll start doing a little bit of sticking and just place it and get the feel of how your little gears are sticking, and that'll work. It won't be wrong. And if you need any further, you just cut some more. There's no problem there. Now, some of them I did dimensional, some I didn't, because it already has so many layers. So let me see what I have. And then this one I probably will just glue on, and then I'll bring a bit of see whether this would fit nicely in there too. Just a little bit of gold. Yeah, that might be nice. You could make some great steampunk things for these too. Yes, yes. And if this color palette, I think, goes to show you don't have to do that real heavy, the blacks and the browns. If you don't like that kind of color palette too, it's not necessary. Because everyone's got different styles, I think. And some people might not like that. And that's okay. I like kind of everything. Depends on my mood. I try everything at some point. The grunge, I'm on and off. Like, it's probably like same with vintage. I'm on and off. Like, just dotting this just so it sticks on. This was larger. I did cut it down, so it is a bit of a larger piece. One thing I did do before I go any further is, which is probably hardly visible, but I did do it, so I'll do it on this. So I've got a piece of this cloud cover ribbon, and you're right, Nicole, they do cogs and florals. Actually, one of my team members made these cogs into flowers. They looked amazing. She created these as flowers. She did a great job. And I'm just taking the thread out. So just a little bit I've used, not much. And it does go everywhere. That's all right. I'm going to place that there. A little bit of tear and tape. I'm going to place that around here because I can cover it up easily. And again, I was going for that because I was following that sketch. I was kind of going for that look. So to give it more of that lengthened center. You might think that looks nothing like the sketch, Rochelle. Let's have a look. Fold it in, kind of fold it in half, if you can. If not, you can just place it as is. It's just like a bit of a scrunchy bit and just, and it'll hold in. You're just gonna see a little bit. So it's just there because I'm going to cover a fair whack of it. And again, it's all about the texture. No wonder it's not sticking. I haven't taken the dimensional off the back. What's wrong with it? Okay, now we'll start doing a bit of layering here. So maybe a bit further down might be nice. I want to see a bit of that white too, so trying to see everything. This is me at classic best indecisiveness. I just go, oh yeah, here, there, and everywhere. So that's all right. That's what happens when you've got so many bits and pieces to decide, to choose from, I should say. So then, that's that. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to add some dimensionals on this, going to give it some height. Would appreciate if you like and subscribe. If you're watching on YouTube, it's helpful to me. It makes me happy and helps me grow. It's been good to see new faces. Okay, so I'm just gonna tuck that in. I'm placing that because I'm not sure how many I've got left, so I'll see where I'm ending up. Okay, so this guy can go in the middle here. Mini dimensionals. Do you use your mini dimensionals much? Couple of that. Tossing up. Yeah, I was going to put it there. I'll stick with it there. This is one of my favorite pieces in this lot. I love that designer series paper with the gold on it. It just creates so much texture on that piece. Maybe a peachy one or a green one. Maybe a green one. Oh, he came out. No, I'm not staying there. Green one. And here I'm adding a bit extra. It doesn't matter too much, but I'm just adding it. I like the look of these circles. I think it just balances the greens and things out. Once you apply all these, I only had one dimensional in there. You can add, a couple more under those cogs on the side. I think it'll help add a bit more glue, stability, and I will do that. It just stops it moving around. Okay, and I'll add a bit of something there. The gold is nice in between. Oh, we've got a nice gold piece here. What else have I got? You can use them on the inside even. Okay, we'll put the gold piece out here, and I'll cut some of those center bits out while I've got that. I think that'll make a difference. Just finishes it off a bit. This one. Do we have a tiny green one in there? Needed something. So layer, 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 and layer. That's the name of the game with this one. Could go one here, just to balance that small one on that side. I think it needs something. I will check your comments in a second. Let me know, what do you think? All right, let's go with just the last bit of die cutting. I've got this is the gold I use, so this gold foil. You can use some other specialty if you have, like even what would work is that Season of Elegance designer series paper. That would be nice too. So that has some nice foily bits and pieces. Foily bits. The one I'm talking about is this tiny die. Even yesterday while I was die cutting, it was this other one. This tends to just bounce. So try not to lose that up. I mean, I'm saying don't lose that like you're planning to lose it. You're not planning to lose it. But it's just a bit of a menace, that one. It has a mind of its own. I'll leave it on this side. Hi, Lorraine. Welcome. Sorry if my die cutting machine is super close. But you could cut a bulk of this and have it done as well. That's another idea. If you weren't like me doing things at the last minute, you'd have it ready. Like, you'd be super organized. Which is not a bad thing, because with this set you're going to use a lot of metallics. You could cut them from the earthen tone metallics. That's another one you could do. You could die cut from silver foil. The ones you're going to use all, probably majority of the time. Might be an idea to do a bulk, have a little, like a sandwich bag or something. One of those little Ziploc bags wouldn't hurt to have multiples of that. And you don't have to keep pulling the little dies out. Thanks, Nicole. I used to buy actual magnetic sheets, but then I stopped. I'm not a very, what do you call, patient when putting things away. I just want to get it done, finished. And who is crafts like me? I just go, the thing is done, it goes in the pack, it's over. And yeah, I have to buy sheets and sheets of them. Whether they were like the best quality or whatever, I don't know. But they might not have been fantastic, but they did the job. They were probably like the real estate ones, but they were from like a $2 shop I did. And but they used to come in packs of maybe 6. Yeah, I had heaps and heaps of them. I used to cut it to size. This is ages ago. And then I thought, no, that's a waste of time for me because I don't put it back on the thing properly, on the magnet. But it's a good idea. I've seen people do it and it looks very nice. Okay, so I'm just adding a little bit of glue. You could put a glue dot if that works for you. And now these will come off, the centers will come off. So sometimes they stick, but if they stick, I like them inside. If they don't, that's fine too. Just take it off. Right, so I'm using that. Now for this one, maybe I'm not sure. Now that I've got all the gold happening, maybe push that down a bit. Yeah, that's better. All right, now I'll put, then we have like 3. I'll show you where my triangle thing is happening now. You can see. Can you spot my sort of an embellishment triangle happening? So it's like gold, 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 sort of that major 3, which is not a biggie, but it does, if you don't do it, it doesn't matter, but it does help with the guide the eye. See, that little guy went, here he is. He decided to take a walk. Actually, I'm thinking I could leave him open, that one, but I just finish it off nicely. So that's pretty done. I think as we put the sentiment and stuff, we'll see what it looks like, because it's not exactly the same as my other one. So then you've got 3 levels. So this one I have layered onto the second circle. These I haven't. Actually, no. I'm going to leave that open maybe, because I could put that on that and the larger circle on this. It might work better. Yeah. Okay, that's better. You don't have to have all the same. I think it looks better with a bit of a mix and match. Mix match. Right. For the sentiment, I went with the reason to celebrate stamp set, because this particular gears and textures doesn't come with the stamp set, so you can do use whatever you like. So I just went for a straight happy birthday, and I think I wouldn't say this is a guide card. You can change your colors and it'll then be a guide card, but I don't really think it's a guide card. Thanks, Sarah. Sorry I missed you. Simon, thanks for joining. I've actually, but this is what I've heard about these Bunnings having magnetic band covers. I have never seen them. So not that I have actually gone and looked for them. So I probably need to go and have a search for them. And that's what they're called, Nicole. Yeah, That's interesting. Again, I've heard this years ago, and I got, I've never seen them. But must have a look. That's interesting. Hey, Cherry, great to see you. Are they sturdy, Nicole? Like, are they more? Are they better? You should see me. I've got stamps everywhere. Okay, here we are. I kind of have to pull everything out, don't you, with these new stamps? I've got to have everything out, and I want to find things. All right, and a little happy. We're not a little happy, but it's a little happy. So I'm just gonna. I've done this in Tuxedo Black, and you will see why I did it when you check out the blog post. The card I was casing, it was in the style it was, so I was going in that kind of look because it had a sentiment which was quite bold, and mine is not that big, but I wanted it bold. It's a bit wonky. And then we have a little one which I'll probably just fussy cut. Bunnings is your favorite place to shop for art supplies. I can't say that it's been a regular for me, Nicole. I don't know. I'll have to have a noisy down. Because if you want like all those bulk type of things, you want the paints, and you probably get good if you're doing big things. Alrighty. I got my birthday there and my happy day. The way you place this has to be a bit sporadic because it's a big and a small sentiment. There's no happy that is the same size as the birthday. So unless it's a little bit tricky with the placement. So you can't just go straight across. And it also, I guess, depends on the design. You could mix stamp sets if you wanted to. And I also didn't want to cover too much of this. Oh, let me go big with these big dimensionals. Now, yesterday when I made my card, I put no ribbon. And then Kayla Massery used this black and gold twine. Baker's twine, yeah. So I thought, it looked really good. So I've used the white one, and because it worked well for my card today. And I like that Baker's twine though. It's ties so beautifully. But that's a great idea. All right. I need another one of these. I want maybe roll number 3. Our retreat is Saturday and Sunday, so with Kayla Meister and I are cute as a bug 2-day retreat. It's $54.95. You get 18 projects. We'll be creating 12 projects live. You get 4 videos, 6 fun falls. If you haven't come to one of our retreats, come along. You get replays on our platforms, classroom platforms, so it's as long as you want them, it's there. It's lots of fun too. That's what it is. It's a community and we have lots of fun. And we'd love for you to join us. If you don't have the bundle, you don't have to have the bundle. You can come and create the cards and get some tips and ideas. Create the fun falls with whatever products you've got. If you've got the bundle, it's a bonus. Or the suite, I should say. You can still order it. You never know if it might come. If you're in Australia, it might come before. I mean, if you can join the retreat anywhere in the world. So depending on the shipping, how it goes, you never know with shipping what it's going to do. I placed an order on Thursday. I think it shipped Friday. So it's quick. Alright, so I'm tucking that kind of under here. Because you can even do it on that side, wherever you like. It fits anywhere really. This is not an awkward kind of bow, so it's just a nice bow. Trying to make this it's so curly. It's just like going, whoa. Let me just do that with I'm trying to make it go the other way. I'm pushing it to go the other way. I'm cajoling it. Now, for the inside of the card, we have plenty of leftovers, so let's put that in. And I've got a piece of designer series paper left, so which I'm going to use, and that's the same thing I did for the envelope. So you can basically use up your entire 6x6 sheet. Use it up, because in the new catalog we're going to get more. I'll be very surprised if we don't. Every year we get a new design, so you might as well use it up. So again, back to this, I go with, oh, I knew I had more of these thingamajigs, but here. All right, let's do some layering here. Just to fill in card, we've got plenty, so we'll use it. And it just nicely ties it all in together. Oh, I've got one of the Poppy Parade ones too. That's nice. Wasn't sure I had any of that left over. So ultimately, by the time I'm done, I will probably finish most of my bits and pieces here, which is great. That's a nice, and we even have a little bit of gold. which make sure I've done everything on my card. I think I'm complete. All right, I'll bring in my original so you can see. And that was the original. You can see just like little bit of changes. You can see, I do like on this one, I can see more of the white arrow there. It takes 3 weeks to get there. My word. Is my history here? Did I miss you, my history? Where are you? Sorry. I just saw someone say hello to my history. Yeah, so you can see the changes here. I've added, the placement is different, that same color palette. Hope you enjoyed that. And the product list is there. Just hop onto my blog, stampingflair.com. You will see a supply list for you there, so you can click on the link and go to it, and everything you can order if you're in Australia, or see a bit of the creation there. So thank you so much for joining me. I will catch you on Wednesday. There's my card making kit for Lovely Blossoms is available until the 20th of Feb. So those videos are already up on YouTube, the 4 classes, so the 4 cards, you can catch them there. You'll get the kit is available there, so you can catch the videos now. All right, thank you so much for joining me. I will catch you next week, and I hope you have a lovely week ahead. Bye-bye.